Hello again. Thank you so much for joining me on our third video about sleep and weight gain or weight loss. Okay, sleep has a huge effect on our bodies, and today we're going to talk a little bit about what happens when you don't get enough sleep and some quick and easy natural remedies so that you can get the Z's that you need for not only your metabolic rate but also for your health. Not getting enough sleep is very, very unhealthy. Here's going to be lots of quick information crammed into this video, but don't worry, it's all at the bottom of the email, and I've got it detailed out there pretty good for you to review later. But here's what I want you to understand about sleep. When you don't get enough sleep, it lowers your metabolic rate, it plays havoc on your health, and these are things that we have to take care of. Here's what it means for us. The stress hormone is called cortisol. And when your cortisol is produced by your adrenal glands. So when your stress level goes up, your cortisol levels go up. What causes your cortisol levels to go up? Well, first of all, lack of sleep. That's what we're talking about right here. But also stressful situations, bad food choices, just too much on your plate, and your cortisol levels go up. And the cortisol levels, this is what it means for you. If your cortisol levels go up, it interferes with your carbohydrate metabolism. That means that if you cannot metabolize starches and sugars properly, let's go back to video 1. When your blood sugars go up, your insulin levels go up and are increased, and you start to fat store. And that's why a lot of people, just by their lack of sleep, can gain weight even though they don't do anything different with their diet. When your insulin levels go up, you have to remember that now you are storing fat. So guess what? While you're sleeping, you're actually storing fat instead of burning fat. If you get anything out of these videos, I need you to understand that simple fact, that by monitoring or leveling out your blood sugars and your insulin levels, you do not continue to store fat. You actually start to burn fat. The easiest way and the cheapest way is to lower your cortisol is actually to get good sleep. And so we're going to go on, explain that a little bit to you in a bit on how you can get better sleep. But lowering your cortisol levels in the summer is actually a little bit harder because of the long days. So people get less sleep in the summer and their cortisol levels will go up. And also, another interesting fact is there's a lot of more seasonal fruit, and so we eat a lot more fruit, which again raises your blood sugars and such. So people will actually tend to gain weight in the summer because of those two things. Let's go on to another important hormone called HGH, human growth hormone. Human growth hormone is your fat burning hormone. Insulin is your fat storing hormone. HGH, human growth hormone, is your fat burning hormone. This is a natural hormone that has a surge within 30 to 70 minutes of falling asleep. You get a surge of production of HGH. That's why it's so difficult if you're not getting your proper sleep. You're not getting your HGH surge, and therefore you're not burning fat as much as you can. So here we talked about the two hormones. Here we have HGH, human growth hormone, that's a fat burning hormone. Now we have insulin, that's a fat storing hormone. And when the two meet, guess which one's going to win? And insulin is a much stronger hormone than HGH. So what happens is, let's say you eat something that has high carbohydrate, high starches and sugars before you go to bed, raises your blood sugars, raises your insulin. So when you're going to sleep, the insulin is now storing fat, which will always stunt the production of your HGH. In other words, you will not be burning fat when you're sleeping because you just ate the sugar. So if you need a snack before you go to bed, eat something low glycemic. Eat something that doesn't affect your blood sugars at all, and your HGH can do the work that it needs to within the first 30 to 70 minutes of falling asleep. When you sleep, your body heals. Now get this, and this will blow you away. Well, a lot of you really should be getting 8 to 10 hours of good sleep a night. For some of you, that's just a dream, quite literally, or a fantasy. But really, the more sleep you get, the healthier you'll be, but also the better you will be able to maintain your weight. So let's quickly talk about some remedies. 800 milligrams of magnesium glycinate 1 hour before you go to bed helps calm you down. It's a muscle relaxant, and it just brings down the anxiety that you have. So 800 milligrams of magnesium glycinate. Magnesium is essential for producing serotonin, which I'll talk to you in just a bit about. But serotonin in turn is what converts into melatonin. Many of you guys have never heard of melatonin before. You take melatonin tablets and stuff. That's your sleep hormone. So what magnesium does is it's essential for making more serotonin, which will make more melatonin. And so you can take the supplement of melatonin, but you can also take the precursor of that, which would be your magnesium. Serotonin is actually a neurotransmitter, and let's not get too technical here, but neurotransmitters are just the brain chemicals that communicate from your brain to within your brain and your body, okay? So serotonin, you will produce natural serotonin within about 3 to 4 hours of REM sleep, R-E-M, deep sleep, and then that serotonin converts into melatonin, and that keeps you asleep. GABA is a natural Valium that decreases anxiety. GABA is another one. GABA is a natural Valium that decreases anxiety. It actually decreases emotional eating, increases your mood. It helps shut down what you would call the chatter at night for your brain. The neurons are always firing. So what GABA does, it's a natural relaxant. It's a natural Valium. And if you have a lot of chatter when you're trying to fall asleep, I suggest you take about 750 milligrams of GABA. I can't tell you how many people this has helped out. You just take that before you go to bed. Real quickly, there's an amino acid, and a lot of you have heard this one, called 5-HTP. It actually stands for hydroxytryptophan, 5-HTP. It increases, once again, your serotonin levels, which then increases your melatonin output. It's something that a lot of people have found great sleep relief with. But if you're on antidepressants, do not take HTP. And the fourth one, okay, is for women. If you're like wide awake around 3 in the morning and you wake up, and if you're a woman of a certain age, you probably are dealing with low progesterone, which is actually estrogen dominance. And you can, real quick remedy is you can add a pure progesterone cream to any area of your thin skin, and within hours, a lot of women feel a relief or a calming effect of that. One of the good brands are Progest, made by Emerita, but there's many other ones on the market. But I just want to give you an interesting thought about this. Interestingly enough, what we have found, that almost all women, after losing even as little as 10 pounds, report back to us saying, man, I sleep great now. I don't have hot flashes anymore, all these different things. I'll tell you a real quick secret to this. Guess what's stored in our fat that we don't want, that we're trying to get rid of? Old estrogen. Besides the toxins, old estrogen is stuck in there. As soon as you start losing some of this fat, you're also getting rid of estrogen that's been stored away. And so what happens is you become less estrogen dominant, so there's a better balance, and your sleep naturally recuperates that way. So the whole thing about, if you have extra weight on you, when you get rid of this weight, you actually get rid of a lot of other problems too. I should really review one quick one, which is sleep apnea. This is a very serious issue. Sleep apnea is when you stop breathing when you're sleeping. Weight, again, huge issue with this. As soon as our patients or our clients start to lose weight, their sleep apnea machines go by the wayside, because guess what? They're able to sleep better. The extra weight around their chest and stuff will cause a lot of sleep apnea. But if you have sleep apnea, do not take it lightly, because this is a huge, serious situation. So anyways, I hope some of these natural remedies can help you and can help you deal with the sleep issues. The better you sleep, the healthier your body will be, okay? The 3 videos that you have just watched have all focused on helping you maintain your current weight or even achieve some weight loss if you desire. Just by instilling some of these or trying some of these techniques that I've told you will change everything about your ability to maintain the weight loss that you have achieved. But I want to tell you, in a couple of days, you'll be getting one more video that can absolutely change your life. I can hardly wait for me to be able to share that with you. So stay tuned, and I'll talk to you in a couple days.